not hungry, I guess.
That's okay. It's probably better for you anyways. I mean, you're obviously not healthy.
What do you...
Don't pretend like you don't eat constantly. We see you pig out on hamburgers every day at lunch. And it's not healthy. You're lard. And it's gross. We all think so. Why don't you chill out on eating for a little while? It's whatever though. I mean, when your heart explodes from obesity, you'll wish you'd listen to me.
Hello, girls. You all know why you're here, correct? Raise your hand if you guys don't. I didn't think so. This is the Young Girl Health Group. My goal by the end of our session is to explain to you the misuses and abuses of food. You're all beautiful young women with beautiful bodies that should be well taken care of and never misused. But first off, we need to get to know a little about one another in order to feel comfortable. I'm not here to lecture you, so feel free to say anything. This room is confidential, nothing will leave it. Mabel, why don't you start us off?
My name is Mabel Collins. I'm a compulsive eater and I eat obsessively. I don't know why I can't stop. I just want to be healthy again.
Good, Mabel. What about you, Cora?
I'm Cora Russell. I shouldn't really be here. My mom's just making a big deal about it.
Very good, girls. Now, I know it's really hard to stay healthy when the good stuff is clogging your arteries, or when there are commercials for every diet program and diet pill imaginable. In your generation, society is trying to shape you into the perfect Barbie girl, or trying to get you to eat what seems appealing. While there's nothing wrong with being slightly underweight or even a little overweight, you girls have reached the extreme on both ends of the spectrum. Anorexia and bulimia both have disturbing and lifelong consequences. While you feel beautiful in the moment, you are damaging your heart, your hair, your eyes, your teeth, your nails, skin, and anything else that can deem a person beautiful. You can also lose the ability to carry a baby and be a mother. How many of you want that? Mabel, what's your favorite food?
Reese's Cup?
At the local gas station, you can get a king-size Reese's Cup for $1.50. At your local grocery store, you can get a yogurt that satisfies your hunger just as well for $1.88. How many of you would choose the yogurt over the Reese's? As you know, obesity is a scary and rampant problem, especially in America. 1 out of 3 young children are diagnosed with obesity. Girls your age need to be taught how to eat the things they like in the right amounts, and still feel comfortable in their own body. This right here is a nutrient recommendation chart for girls your age from 14 to 18. You guys should have 2,000 calories a day. It's okay to have a little less or a little over, but nothing extreme like 1,000 calories or 3,000 calories a day, because that can really hurt you. And you should really only have 55 to 78 grams of fat per day, because if you don't, you can hurt your heart and your blood. And same with cholesterol. Too much can be really, really bad for you, so be careful what you eat.
And that's why half of us are afraid to eat.
I'm not trying to scare you, Cora. There are plenty of cheap and healthy foods to eat. Eating healthy affects every fiber in your body to the tiniest degree. Your cells are being damaged when you purge, starve, or obsessively overeat. How are your cells supposed to get the energy they need when you're mistreating your body? Every living thing needs energy.
Not to sound rude or anything, but we didn't come here to learn about cells. We came to learn how to get better.
And some of us had no choice in our coming at all.
27% of Americans today are obese.
Obese is an understatement.
Cora, I don't want to hear it. You're in just as bad a shape as Mabel. Only 1 in 10 people get treatment for their eating disorders, so consider yourself lucky because you could have died from the mental illness with the highest mortality rate within a year. You're here because people love you enough to want to see you get better, so please lose the attitude. Mabel, what's your favorite flower?
I love lilies.
How would you feel if you had a garden full of lilies that died because for some reason they wouldn't absorb the energy they needed?
I think I would die, but they would be pretty easy to replace.
That's just the thing. How would you feel if your parents replaced you just because you forgot to eat a few days? Humans and plants are more alike than you think. We both rely on energy. If we had no plants, humans would be very ill because we rely on herbs for medicine and fresh fruit and vegetables for food. If plants decided to not take in the energy the sun lets off or absorb the water that falls, where would we be?
How can a plant take in energy? It's not like they breathe or anything.
In basic biology, we learn about cells and their organelles. Plant cells have an organelle called chloroplast. Inside this chloroplast, there are thylakoids, and inside these, there's chlorophyll. These make the plant green, and they're also where photosynthesis takes place. In the thylakoids, something called light-dependent reaction takes place. Light-dependent and independent reactions are 2 phases of photosynthesis.
Yeah, I think I remember this from 8th grade. Something about stroma or something, right?
Stroma is the fluid around the thylakoids. The thylakoids contain the pigment that makes leaves green, as before mentioned. When the chlorophyll absorbs energy from the sun, it excites electrons, making them energized. The electron is bounced from place to place through an electron transport chain, reducing and harnessing its energy to create ATP and NADPH energy. Since the chlorophyll lost its electron, it has to replace it with something. Thus, it replaces it with an electron from water.
Need we go on?
Cora, really? Pick it up. The other part of photosynthesis is a light-independent or dark reaction. The dark reaction takes place in the aforementioned stroma, which is the fluidy stuff between the thylakoids. During dark reactions, the energy that was created during the light reaction, ATP and NADPH, is used to help carbon dioxide build a 3-carbon sugar that is then used to make glucose and other sugars, which is pretty much food and energy for the plant.
Dude, how does this have anything to do with us?
Obviously, we all know that humans are animals, correct? Well, as animals, we can't perform photosynthesis and poof, make food from the sun like plants do. We require food and energy from other sources, such as other plants or animals. How humans get part of their energy is from a simple process called cellular respiration. This process releases energy from food in the presence of oxygen. Pathways of cellular respiration that require oxygen are said to be aerobic. Glycolysis, which aids in the production of pyruvic acid, does not directly require oxygen, nor does it rely on an oxygen-requiring process to run, making it anaerobic.
And this entire process, directly affects us? That's insane.
Pretty cool, huh? So girls, please remember that if you misuse your body and the food provided for you, you're throwing off the balance of nature.